So today we are going to discuss about issues in file processing systems. So we have a lot of things. So the first we have data redundancy, data inconsistency, limited data sharing, data dependency, lack of data integrity, limited security, and concurrency control. So these are all the important issues we have faced in traditional systems one by one. So first one is data redundancy. So data redundancy is nothing but the data is often duplicated across various files. So this redundancy can lead to inconsistency and increase the data errors also. So what is the impact we are facing means we have to the impacts are wasted storage space and increased maintenance efforts and risk of inconsistent data. So next we have data inconsistency. The problem is changes made to data in one file but may not be reflected in other related files. Suppose we are maintaining so many files, so one file we are updating any data means so that cannot be reflected in the other files. For example, it's a student database. So in student database, suppose I'm changing the address in one file but it cannot be reflected in the other file. So this is the data inconsistency we are facing in the the next we have limited data sharing. In this limited data sharing, the problem is difficulty in sharing data between different applications or departments. So each department might maintain its own set of files, making it challenging to access and integrate information across the organizations. So the impact is reduced collaboration, increased likelihood of outdated informations, and inefficiency in information retrieval. So the problem is, so when you are sharing any data, the data is only the limited, because the main important issue we have faced in file processing system, but it can be overcome by your database management system. So the next we have data dependence. So for data dependence, the problem is programs are often written to access specific files directly. If the structure of file changes, it may require modifying all programs that use that file. Suppose we are using one file, so that we are changing one data or anything, that can be changed in all the files depending on your the base files. So that is a very important. So data dependency is one of the main issue we are facing in file processing system. So what is the impact we have? First one is high maintenance cost, inflexibility in adapting to changing data structures, and increased risk of errors during the updates. So this is the one of the important issue we are facing in data. The next we have lack of data integrity. So in this lack of data integrity, the absence of constraints and the rules enforced by a database management system, so it also maintaining the data integrity becomes a manual task. So the impact is lower data integrity, increased chances of errors, and difficulty in ensuring the accuracy of information. So next we have limited security. So in the file system, definitely we have only the limited security. The impact is data breaches, unauthorized modification, and compromised system security. Next we have concurrency control. So it's a very important issue when you are using your file processing system, because when we are working in parallelly, we are facing multiple issues. Suppose the multiple users can try to access some data, so we have to face some lot of impacts. So the first one is data corruption, lost updates, and the challenges maintaining the data inconsistency in multi-user environment. The one more thing is scalability issues. So in the scalability issues, it is the volume of data grows, so file processing system may struggle to handle a large data sets efficiently. So next we have limited query capabilities. So in this limited query capability, the file processing systems often lack a query language and sophisticated querying capabilities, and also retrieving is very important. So this is the issues we are facing in file processing system. So here I have given the overall structure of file processing system issues. The first, data redundancy. The problem is same data stored in many files. The impact is waste storage. The example, yes, it's a normal day-to-day life we are using. It's a student name stored in a fees file plus a library file also. So same data can be repeated in several places. The next we have data inconsistency. So in this data inconsistency means data not updated in all files. So not updated all files, and definitely you are getting the wrong output. The example is phone number updated in fees file but not in library file. The meaning is the phone number can be updated in one file, but that information cannot be updated in the another file, because we don't have any other link, no. So definitely the informations cannot be updated. The next we have data isolation. So data stored in separate files, it's like scattered in various files, so you can difficult to combine all the data on it, and also you can difficult to extract your data. So this is the one of the main important concept in your file processing system. The example is marks in Excel, attendance in text file. So different files can be we have used. So we cannot scatter, we cannot retrieve the informations are very difficult. So next we can difficult in accessing data. Definitely the maybe some programs can be in one format, another programs can be another format, and definitely we cannot retrieve the data easily. So it is not a flexible. So next we have integrity problems. So in this integrity problem, yes, no proper validation, we are not following the proper validations rules. So each entered as -5 or marks is 150. So definitely already we have fixed some constant na, yes we can enter, but we are not following any rule na, wrongly entered. Instead of 150 you can enter -5 something. Okay, so this is the one of the integrity problems. So next we have security problem. In the security problems, no proper access control. So data may leak, any staff can often open the salary file also. So we are not following the security. So next we have atomicity problem. Atomicity is nothing but yes, partial update if system fails. So data becomes incorrect. So fee is deducted but receipts is not generated due to power cut. So these are all the overall processings involved in processing system. So the next we have why we used DBMS concept. So DBMS is nothing but it is a collection of meaningful and interrelated information. It is also a collection of set of programs to store and access data in easy and effective manner from a database. So what are the need for DBMS? So when you are using the DBMS, it's like we have a huge amount of data, so that amount can be easily retrieved, and also efficiently you can process your data in effective manner. So this is the reasons we can follow the DBMS. So for when you're using the, for example, so data is nothing but S10, and then maybe text or data or anything. For information is nothing but, so they are giving some information. Suppose I'm giving RA2011 mean it is a roll number. So RAM means it is the name of the students. So this is the information. Database is nothing but, so all the informations can be stored in some place. So that some place is nothing but you can use some software. The database you can use. So the examples are DB2, Oracle, SQL Server. So this is the database management system. So database management system is nothing but, so database is nothing but it's a collection of data. So that collection of data can be, you can retrieve efficiently, you can retrieve your data. So that data can be stored in database. So suppose your database can be stored, we can easily retrieve your data with help of some Oracle queries. So this is the overview of your database system. So why we can use the DBMS? To develop software applications, and then for data administrations, and then for data integrity. So already we have discussed in file processing, no? So data integrity and security, and then you can also, this is user friendly declarative query language, because we can use the SQL query, no? So we can easily retrieve and then you can update your data efficiently. So these are all the advantages of some file processing system. So no redundant data, data inconsistency and integrity, data concurrency, data security, and then flexibility. See, these are all the applications we have used. Banking system, yes, meaning customer information, account activities, payments, deposits, loan, etc. For transportations, maintain and manage the passenger reservations and schedule the informations. And then universities also, they are using student information, course registration. For telecommunication, it helps to keep all records, monthly bills, maintaining the balances, etc. So finance also we are using for storing the informations about stock, and then sales and purchase of financial instruments like stocks and bonds. For sales, you can use store customer details, product details, and sales information. For manufacturing, it can be used for management of supply chain and for tracking the productions of items. For social media, you can manage the users' accounts and security. So this is the just you can be giving this a quiz for previous topics we have discussed. So which systems store the data in separate files for the each application? So already you know that it is a file processing system. So next one is data redundancy is generally dash in a file processing system compared to a DBMS. It is higher. Initially, its data redundancy is higher compared to your file processing system. So which of the following provides better data security? Definitely we have a DBMS. So in a file processing system, data dependency is it's definitely it can be a high. It also data redundancy is also high. So in which system support data sharing among multiple users efficiently means yes, definitely we have a DBMS concept. So the next question is which of the following problems is common in file processing system? So yes, it is a data redundancy and inconsistency. So next question is data independence is a key features of DBMS. The next we have backup and recovery or it's a difficult, and also one more thing is which of the following is not a disadvantages. It's a high data dependence. So normally in DBMS it can be stored in the table format. It's rows and columns. So in this the previous session we have discussed only what is DBMS, what are the issues we are facing the DBMS, and then what is the need for DBMS concept. So the next we have purpose of database system. The purpose of database system already you know that we need the data and then informations, and then you can also store your data. So this is, so here we are giving the flowchart for your graphical representation of your database management system. So here how to the informations of data to information or to knowledge to actions happens respectively in the DBMS. So these are all the basic terminologies of database we are using. So already you know that the previous sessions we have discussed database is nothing but it's like a table. The table is nothing but rows and columns. So data, what is the purpose we are using? Yes, we can use the collection of data are stored in some other places. You can use Oracle or DB2 or any database you can use that. So that data can be stored in table format, rows and column. But when you are using the table, you can use some keys. You can fix the key. That key is called as a primary key. So primary key is nothing but it is a unique key actually. For each record in a table, it ensures that each row can be uniquely identified and the okay. So some of the keys we have used in your databases. So the foreign key. So foreign key is nothing but a column in a table that refers to the primary key in another table. It establishes link between the two tables. Its meaning is you can referring the another table, you can fix the foreign key. So your first table should be, when you are using foreign key, the rules are the first table should be any one of the key should be a primary key, and then so with the help of the primary key only you can refer another table with the help of the foreign key concept. So next we have index. Index is nothing but a data structure that improves the speed of data retrieval operations on a database table. So the query is nothing but a request query for data retrieval for manipulation from a database. Queries are typically written in query language like SQL concept. So the normalization is one of the basic terminologies we have used in databases. The normalization is nothing but the process of organizing the data in a database to eliminate redundancy and improve the data integrity. So for relational database, a type of database that uses a tabular structure to organize data and relationship between tables are defined. So this is the one of the database we have used in your DBMS concept. So one more thing is SQL. So SQL is nothing but it is a programming language. It is used for managing and manipulating the relational database. It includes commands for querying, updating and managing the database. So the next we have transactions. So this is one of the basic terminologies we have used. So transaction is nothing but a sequence of one or more database operations treated as a single unit. So we have yes, that is so one important thing is ACID concept. So ACID is nothing but atomicity, consistency, isolation and durability. So in this atomicity is nothing but do or nothing. Consistency means you can maintain the consistency information. Isolation is nothing but scattered in various files. You can when you're retrieving the data is very difficult. Okay, then we can go for a schema. The blueprint of the it's like a blueprint of your structure of your database. So data dictionary is nothing but data about the data. So this is here basic terminologies we have